Hey guys, welcome to TST Garage. I'm Bart. Today in this video, I have a really quick installation instruction for you on a Yamaha YZF R7. Here you see our spool sliders mounted onto the swing arm. We also provide regular spools, aluminum spools for these bikes, but some people do not want things hanging off their swing arm here. These swing arms are made of very thin steel. In the event of a crash, this type of a device or even a spool protrudes past the boss and creates a moment arm which can bend the swing arm if you crash hard enough. So instead of this sort of a lifting system where you have the fork on the stand and a spool adapter on the swing arm, we have a way to reverse the lifting where we have a spool on the stand and a fork type device on the swing arm. Now the prerequisite to mounting one of these on this bike is our captive chain adjuster setup, which you already see here. Let me lower this off the stand. What you see here is our captive end cap. The end cap is side specific. It captures itself within the inside of this swing arm and prevents all the parts from puking out on you when you go to change a wheel. This is pretty necessary in racing. I've seen people do safety wire tricks, and other companies, I believe, do have some kind of captive adjusters, but I really like what we've done here. It's simple, it's effective, and it does the job really well. But on this particular bike, you already have spool bosses. So for the setup that we sell for this bike, we do not include the spools by default. But if you're into spools, you can mount them anywhere on these surfaces. But if you're into the GP lift system that works in the reverse kind of logic, I will show you how to mount that on the bike now. Our setup shows up to you with 2 spacers, 4 screws, and then 2 of these lift points. These are identical from left to right, so it doesn't really matter which one you pick. These holes here are meant for mounting on the rear swing arm boss, and then also the boss included on our end cap. So these 2 being our mounting surfaces, we'll have to pick the correct hardware for each one. This is M8, this is M6, the smaller screw is M6. So I'm going to engage that first through the forward hole, and you notice the longer member here is towards the front of the bike. Now, silver spacer goes in between this surface and the lifter surface, and we will engage an M8, the larger screw, through the slot here. There is some tolerance in the distance at which Yamaha places these bosses when considering the end of the swing arm, so we've incorporated a slot here so that you will have success mounting this. All right. 4mm Allen up front, snug it up. 5mm in the rear, snug it up. And then we go to full tightness. If you like torque specs, I recommend 9 foot-pounds for the front M6 and 12 to 15 foot-pounds on the rear M8. I'm just gonna tighten these by hand because that's okay for us here. I'm gonna repeat this procedure on the other side. All right, I'm gonna grab a stand now, move it into position. It's that easy. All right, there you have it, guys. I just wanna attest to the effectiveness of having this sort of a system on the bike versus the standard system that I showed earlier on R3s and Ninja 400s that we've been racing over the years. Recently, we noticed that we were having problems with bending these thin sheet metal steel swing arms. Once we moved away from using the actual swing arm spools and replaced them with these types of lift points, we did away with a lot of the damage that we had to fix after some crashes. So I give this a thumbs up. I really like these systems. If you guys like what you see here, check out tstindustries.com. We do have these parts ready to go for your R7. We have some other parts, street or track oriented. Hope you check all that stuff out. Again, tstindustries.com. I hope you go and check that out. Also, I'm always looking forward to getting some comments from you guys. I like the feedback. I like the conversation that we start. So please drop me a comment. All right, hit subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff. See you later.